Hi friends, one of the important area in this Maratha Shivaji administration that we can see. Administration of Shivaji. Okay, Shivaji's administration. Shivaji's administration. Shivaji's administration. So how this decentralization of administration that was started by Shivaji. Decentralization of administration. Even though emperor was powerful, Chhatrapati, Maharaj, okay, Haindava Dharmodharaka, okay, so there is Dharma Parayana, like that number of titles they are there to this one, but this became very popular. Haindava Dharmodharaka became very popular. At the same time, this Chhatrapati became very popular. With those names only, he came to power. Shivaji's period that was started in the year, okay, ascending throne that was started in the year, Shivaji ascended throne in the year 1674 and continued till 1680 only. 1674 and 1680 only he continued. Coming to the administration of Shivaji, decentralization of administration that was started. Kingdom, the kingdom that was headed by emperor. Shivaji was the ruler, emperor we can say. So coming to the administration, if you see, so how the administration that continued. Decentralization of administration. If you see the administration, if you see this administration, see the administration of Shivaji, decentralization of administration continued. Decentralization of administration continued. Decentralization of administration. Administration continued. Okay, that you have to remember. Even though emperor was powerful, all powers are vested in the hands of emperor. But to assist this emperor, kingdom was divided. Kingdom that was headed by supreme. So who was supreme or who is the head of kingdom? So emperor was the head, we can say. Again, kingdom was divided into prant, otherwise rashtra. Prant we can say, otherwise we can say rashtra. So first one we can say kingdom. This kingdom we are calling kingdom. So second one that was divided under prant. Prant, otherwise it was called rashtra. Okay, rashtra. Again, this was divided under taraf. Taraf we can say. This was divided under grama. Grama, that is village. Grama is village, we know well. Like that. So decentralization of administration that has started like that it is. Emperor was the head of kingdom. Who was the head of this kingdom? Emperor. So this kingdom was headed by emperor. So emperor we can say Chhatrapati. So emperor we can say Chhatrapati. Shivaji was the head, like that it was said. Then Prant or Rashtra. Viceroy he was that. Mamlatdar. So Rashtra or Prant headed by Mamlat. Okay, there is a Mamlatdar. Mamlatdar we can say, otherwise Viceroy. So there is a Viceroy, like that it was said. Viceroy. He was Mamlatdar as Viceroy. Then Taraf that was there. Tarafdar was the head of Taraf. Tarafdar was the head of Taraf. That is also one of the points you have to remember. Okay. So like that happened, like that we can say. So then here in the grammar, what happened in the sense, Patwari, Kanungo, Mukaddam, etc. They were all there, like that it was said. Okay. So Patwari is there, Kanungo is there, like that. So all these they existed, like that it was said. So there is Patwari, Karanam, etc. They were there, Kanungo. Okay. So all these they existed in grammar, like that it was said. Have you got idea? Kingdom that was emperor, like that. Prant, Mamlatdar we are calling. Tarafdar. Grama, Chaukidar, Patwari, Kanungo, etc. They existed in the period of this one. Okay. So then Pradhans lived in the court of Shivaji, already you know well. Pradhans, 8 ministers lived in the court of Shivaji. They are called Pradhans. 8 ministers lived in the court of Shivaji. They were called 8 ministers. Okay, 8 ministers. 8 ministers lived in the court of Shivaji. lived in the court of Shivaji were called Ashtapradhans. Ashtapradhans. That you have to remember. They were called Ashtapradhans. 8 ministers lived in the court of Shivaji were called how? They were called Ashtapradhans. Already you know well. So one is first and foremost one Pishwa. First one Pishwa, second one Mantri, Amatya, so then Sachiva, okay, Senani, like that. So 8 ministers existed. Panditarao, religious affairs and charity that was looked after by this one. After Emperor, Pishwa played important role. 8 ministers lived in the court of this one, they are called Ashtapradhans. So in Ashtapradhans, Pishwa played important role. In Ashtapradhans, okay, Pishwa played important role. Pishwa acted as Prime Minister. Pishwa played an important role. Pishwa played an important role, like that it was said. Who played important role? Pishwa. So Pishwa acted as Prime Minister, you know well. Pishwa acted as Prime Minister. Prime Minister, you know well. After Shivaji, Pishwa played important role. Okay, acted as Prime Minister, right? So then Amatya, Finance Minister, Mantri, Internal Affairs, Sumanta, External Affairs. Already I wrote the portfolios. Okay. So then Panditarao, Religious Affairs and Charity, Nyayadesh, Administration of Justice, like that. 8 ministers they existed in the court of this one, they are called this one. So then at this moment what happened? So good administration that was carried on by this one. Okay, so there is especially good administration that was carried on by this one. So even though this Aurangzeb was religious fanatic, but Shivaji was secular, like that it was said. Because so whenever he asked the soldiers, whenever you go for attacks or something, so you should not bring any damage. Okay, so to the respect of women or Muslim community, like that he addressed. Okay, to their respect, you should not bring any disgrace. Okay, you should not bring disgrace to the respect of woman. So if you come across Muslim community woman like that, that's when if you find a Quran book, you have to hand over the book in the royal court. You must not burn it, like that he addressed. Okay, like that, that is one. He established even so one of the important there is tomb of one of the Muslim saint. Okay, like that. So he was very secular, like that it was said. Peshwa acted as Prime Minister. That's one of the point. Shivaji was secular in nature. Shivaji was. Even though he was called Haindava Dharmodharaka, because against Aurangzeb only he fought. Against Aurangzeb. Okay. So till this Shivaji was there, Aurangzeb did not come against Marathas or Hindu community. Especially after the death of Shivaji, 2 sons of Shivaji were hanged in the hands of Aurangzeb. Shivaji was called Haindava Dharmodharaka because protector of Hinduism, like that it was said. But Shivaji was secular. Shivaji was secular in nature. Shivaji was secular in nature, but he was called Haindava Dharmodharaka. But he was called Haindava Dharmodharaka. Haindava Dharmodharaka, we can say. Got idea? But he was called Haindava Dharmodharaka. Chhatrapati. Okay. So like that. So there were the titles that are there to this one. 2 taxes he collected. One is Chauth and Sardeshmukhi, you know well. Collected 2 taxes. Already you know. Collected 2 taxes. One is Chauth. 1/4. One is Chauth. And one is Sardeshmukhi. That was collected in honor of Shivaji. Chauth, that is 1/4. Sardeshmukhi, that is 1/10. This is 1/4. Okay, like that only 2 taxes were collected. So one more tax collected was Gasdana. Gasdana, that is for especially for the grass only. In summer season, naturally cattle, so sometimes they are not no, grass is not provided. That's why, so all over the kingdom, wherever the cattle wealth is there, he used to supply grass. Okay, so that's why what happened, gasdana that was collected. Gasdana, this tax was called what? Gasdana. Gasdana tax, that was so for cattle, for the so for the grass only, for the grass, for cattle it is collected. So for the grass, for the cattle, grass for the cat collected. So for the especially for cattle, that is gasdana, like that it was said. That is gasdana. Okay, gasdana, that is a tax that was also collected, like that it was said. Have you got idea? So like that, Shivaji's things went well. Measuring lands, that also took place. He measured the lands and imposed taxes, like that it was said. Two-third tax existed, very heavy, like that it was said. Two-third tax was collected, that was very heavy, like that it was said. Anyhow, okay. As especially Kati, that was a measurement which was used to measure the lands. Kati was the measurement which was used to measure the lands. Kati was the measurement. This Kati was the measurement. Kati was the measurement. Okay, to measure lands. To measure lands. That is the thing which happened in the period of this. Kati was the measurement to measure the lands. That also went well, like that it was. Then based on fertility only collected, but two-third tax was collected, like that it was very heavy, like that it was said. But within the kingdom, he did not collect any tax, like that was there. Okay, so then so like that, good administration that was carried on, like that it was said. So then agriculture also went well. Industries were also developed. Agriculture, industries, both were developed in the period of this one. Agriculture and industries were developed. Industries were developed by him. Agriculture industries were developed by him. That is one of the things. That's why he asked the soldiers, whenever you go for war, agriculture lands must not be disturbed, especially damaged. Okay, burning agriculture lands, agriculture crops, all these must not take place, like that it was. Raitwari system, that was introduced by this one in collecting the tax. Raitwari system, farmer directly paying the tax, that is called Raitwari system. Raitwari system. Raitwari system was introduced. Raitwari system was introduced by this. Introduced by Shivaji. By Shivaji to collect taxes. To collect taxes. What is Raitwari system? So farmer directly paying the tax to the government, that is called Raitwari. No middlemen. Suppose if middlemen, if they are there, automatically sometimes they may deceive also. They may deceive farmers. That's why here, no middleman. Whatever the tax that is fixed, you have to pay the tax directly, like that it was said. That is called Raitwari system. That was introduced by Shivaji to collect taxes. No middlemen. Okay, no deceivings. They took place, like that. That is when Kati, that was a measurement. Kati was a measurement that is used to collect. So this one, like that it was said. Anyhow, in the period of this one, things went on well. So in the period of this Shivaji, what happened? Industries were also established and protected, even industries also, like that. Kolaba, that is one of the seaports which was developed by this one. So for international trade and commerce. Sumanta used to look after internal trade and commerce. Mantri used to look after internal affairs. So like that, national trade that was carried on, international trade also carried on by this one. Okay. So like that, agriculture that developed well. Second one, trade and commerce also advanced well in this period. Trade and commerce also. Trade and commerce also. Commerce also advanced in this period. Advanced. Okay. In this period. In this period. Trade and commerce also advanced in this period, like that it was said. But Shivaji administered only for few years. That few years also it went well. Okay, because collected all the taxes from Berar, Bidar, Bizapur, like that. Society is prosperous. Okay, like that it was a society that is prosperous, like that it was. Trade and commerce also advanced well in this period. Advanced trade and commerce also advanced in this period. Okay, so industries were also developed, like that it was said. It is all because of this Shivaji only. All these things they happened, right? So like these things went on well, like that we can say. Have you got idea? So then in the period of this one only, he ascended throne in the year. He ascended throne in 1674, but the period that was ended in the year 1680 itself, like that it was said. Okay, so like that, coming to the administration, army, Mavalis, they existed in the army. Mavalis, permanent army only maintained. Temporary army, and then it was taking, but permanent army continued. That is standing army. Mavalis, in the army, Mavalis existed. With the help of Mavalis only attacked this Surat. Okay, so like that, that is one of the things. Then coming to administration of justice, Nyayadhish used to look after administration of justice. Coming to the administration of justice. Coming to the administration of justice, Nyayadhish used to look after. Nyayadhish used to look after. Nyayadhish used to look after. Okay, so administration of justice, like that it was said. So then at the same time, so here coming to the army, Sari Nobat was the commander. Coming to the army, okay, guerrilla warfare that was introduced by this one. Guerrilla warfare that was introduced. Okay, guerrilla warfare was introduced. Guerrilla means hide and hunt, we are calling. Guerrilla warfare indicates what in the sense? Hide and hunt. That is the guerrilla warfare that was introduced. And standing army that existed. Standing army also existed, like that it was said. Coming to guerrilla warfare that was introduced, standing army also continued. Standing army also continued. Got idea? Like that. So coming to the army, this one. So this Senani Sari Nobat was the chief commander. Sari Nobat acted as chief commander. Sari Nobat acted as chief commander. Who acted? Sari Nobat, otherwise we are calling Sari Nobat or Senani. Senani we can say, otherwise Sari Nobat we can say, right? Like that administration that went well. Coming to social conditions, he was called Haindava Dharmodharaka. He wanted to develop Hinduism, like that it was said, Hindu religion only. And but equal importance was given to Muslims also, because Muslims also lived in the society during that time. Why should I go against innocents? They are innocents, like that. The people who are causing a damage or at the same time disturbance, then we have to take measures. But these people, agriculture families, they are there in that Muslim community. At the same time, some people, they are working somewhere. We should not disturb them, like that. So he was not completely against Muslims. He was secular, like that it was said. It is said that he was as secular in nature, like that we can say. Like that, things went on well in the period of this Shivaji. All things went well in the period of this one. Good administration that was carried on. Mainly, kingdom we are calling. Kingdom was divided into Pranta, otherwise Rashtra. Rashtra that was divided as especially Taraf was divided into Grama. Okay, so like that, all these important things went well in the period of this Shivaji. After Shivaji, what happened in the sense? Who came to power? Okay, who came to power? So there's sons. Shambhuji came to power. Rajaram also came to power. Rajaram's wife Tarabai came to power. But all these are, so there's what happened? Inefficients, like that we can say, somewhat. Because the source of income, that is also main thing. At the same time, maintaining the same army, that is also one. So after Shivaji, what happened? So to some extent decline that was started by observing this, especially Shambhuji's death. Okay, Shambhuji was hanged in the hands of this Aurangzeb. Then people, to some extent, even the ministers, all these got them some fear. Suppose if you go against, we are also going to be hanged like that. That fear entered the minds. Okay. Then Raja Ram, he continued for some time, he was also hanged. So like that, so this Mughal emperor Aurangzeb became cause for the decline of these people, like that we can say. Because if a person is hanged, ruler was hanged immediately, next ruler sometimes may come or may not come. Okay, worthy ruler may come, so worthless ruler also may come. So that's why here Aurangzeb became cause for the decline of this Shivaji's Maratha empire, like that, because two sons of Shivaji also hanged in the hands of this one. But Sahu committed wrong. Sahu came against Tarabai. Then Tarabai was defeated. So Tarabai was defeated. Sahu continued. But Sahu, what happened? He was not capable of administering things. He was not capable. At this moment only, this Peshwa acted as prime minister. So after emperor, he only played very important role. That's why Peshwas only came to power. So, and they removed this Peshwa, this Sahu. Simply they asked Sahu to continue as Mansabdar for 10,000 army, like that it was said. Okay. So like that, anyhow, what happened? This Peshwas came to power. Have you got idea? So administration, if you see, there's a good administration that was carried on. So coming to social conditions, it was especially secular nature, like that it was said. Because whenever you find Quran book, you should hand over the book in the royal court. Whenever you come across Muslim woman, so there is you should not show any disrespect. So all these were said to this one. That's why it was secular, like that we can say. Economic conditions, if you see, Chaud and Sardeshmukhi, there were the taxes collected already, you know. Gasdana, that is also one of the taxes which was collected, okay, to provide especially grass to cattle. To provide grass to cattle, so Gasdana, that was also tax which was so collected, especially, right? So like that, all these important things went well in the period of this Shivaji. Have got idea? Next, we have to see this, especially one of the important area, Peshwas. Okay, this Peshwas, what important points are there in Peshwas, that we can see. Have got idea? Okay, right. Thank you.